quite as beautiful here in half number one. Let's look at the first half stats. Georgetown with a 6-3 lead.
Well, it Banks, who gets a nice goal off of DeAndrea, takes him high off the inside of the right-hander's stick, offside in Syracuse. If you look at the statistics, it looks pretty even as you go down here. Jump down to ground balls, 28-12. And one of the other things is, I got to correct myself, there's been 11 face-offs. Syracuse has won only 2, not 1. But a lot of those ground balls come off of the face-offs, and the fast break has been started by Georgetown off the fast break. Big difference, Doug, right there.
Syracuse going to have to step it up in the face-off X and getting those ground balls. We will be back to Harbin Field at Georgetown University in just a moment and get things started in the second half. Georgetown leads Syracuse 6-3 at the half.
To your essential connections, discover Roadrunner Business Class. You'll find an easily integrated, scalable suite of high-speed internet solutions that helps increase your productivity. And better performance means you'll take better care of your customers, suppliers, and employees. Everyone and everything essential to your bottom line. Roadrunner Business Class. Open the door.
Don't miss the next new edition of Point & Click, the computer show on Time Warner 13. Chuck Swanson will show you how to make your internet connection more secure with his review of Norton Internet Security.
And I'll show you how to enhance and manipulate your digital photos with some Photoshop tips and tricks. We'll have all that and answer your PC calls and questions live on the show. Tune in to Point & Click, the computer show, this Tuesday night at 7 p.m.
Experience Syracuse University's 149th commencement as keynote speaker, former President Bill Clinton addresses the 2003 graduating class, live on Sunday, May 11th at 9:15 a.m. only on Time Warner 13.
Congratulations and good luck!
Well, coverage of the commencement begins at 9:15 on Time Warner 13.
Time Warner 13's coverage of Syracuse Lacrosse is sponsored in part by Ryan Lacrosse, available at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Great look at the campus of Georgetown University. Very Gothic-looking place. Terrific buildings. This is really a nice place to play a lacrosse game. Syracuse down by 3 at this point. And you can see right there, it's number 10 against number 5. And number 5 is doing it right now. And they're doing it right at the face-off X. As you get a look at Syracuse players, the back of John Desko, who has got to be a bit concerned here as the Orangemen not able to win the battle of the ground balls. And as I said before, a lot of them, the ground balls have been won on the face-off. Out of 11 face-offs, 9 have gone to the Hoyas, 2 to Syracuse. And as we said, a lot of the goals coming off unsettled situations off the fast break. Let's see if they can come up with any kind of a solution here. It looks...
Well, Plunkett's out there trying to get it. Pops up in the air. Bickle didn't see it. Picked up by Syracuse. They win their third face-off of the game. Oh, but the bad pass. Powell couldn't get it from Bontatis and has turned right back over.
That's the turnover bug. We've seen it this year and this season, and it happened again. They got the face-off, but the pass to Mike Powell from Springer, not there.
Powell out there on the ride. Banks almost able to pick that pass off. Walid Haj gets it for Georgetown. Hoyas by 3 with the ball.
If they kept a time of possession, it would also be in the Hoyas' favor. And that, we were talking when we were off the air about Springer and Powell have not had many opportunities.
Or many points.
Right. Well, obviously, you don't get the opportunities, you don't get the points, and they have not. Oh,
that shot goes wide. Backed up by Georgetown. In fact, Powell doesn't have a point yet in this game.
You're going to have to give an assist to Springer on that on that Banks goal, but he has not had many good looks at the cage to shoot. Credit to Georgetown defense and the Georgetown offense for controlling the ball.
Powell's only had 1 game in his Syracuse career in which he hasn't scored a point, and that was earlier this year in the loss to Princeton at the Carrier Dome. Walker shoots. Pfeiffer makes the save.
They've been going high on Pfeiffer a lot. The last 4 or 5 shots they've taken have been chest high, and he's been able to track them down.
Seems like those bounce shots, Dale, are so unpredictable in this dirt that maybe they don't want to try to bounce it because they don't know where the heck the thing's going to go. You can't control it like you can on the Carrier Dome carpet, that's for sure.
That's for sure. But then again, on the Carrier Dome, you can't erase the line where the goal is either.
Oh, there's a long shot. Again, they try to go high. That one misses the cage, and again, it's backed up by Georgetown.
You know, when you get done playing here, you really have dirt on you. Unlike the Carrier Dome, there'll be some dirty jerseys. Oh, got his shot. Oh, nice save.
Another save for Pfeiffer. He is keeping Syracuse close here in the second half. Park chasing after this ground ball for Syracuse. Can't get it. Oh. Knocks it away. Look at Park go to work. Knocks it away a second time. But still, it's picked up again by Georgetown's Trevor Walker.
That's the ground ball disparity we were talking about. Now, that one right there was, I mean, he really tried his hardest, just not able to come up with that ground ball, and they have gone Georgetown way.
Yeah, that second one was a room service bounce right back up into Walker's stick.
Yep.
So the Hoyas retain possession. No scoring yet here in the second half. Georgetown leads by 3.
They're taking their time now. They just got Boynton in the substitutionary, number 3 for Georgetown, and they are really not going to force any shots. You got a 3-goal lead and momentum. Let's see what happens.
Boynton working against Walther. Tries to duck under his check. Walther does a good job, though, and Boynton has to think twice about things.
They got a little offset 1-4 there on the side, and then everybody's stacked up, almost like an isolation, but they break out of that and go back to 2-3-1.
Yeah. Yep. Schroeder has it now. Gets a step around Sebastianski. Down he goes, flag on the play, and Seabass is going off. 30 seconds for the push.
Seabass brings the arm. There's a push right there. That was good style points at the end, though. I think he wanted to make sure if he didn't call the push before, if he sprawled into the dirt, that he would get a call, and he does. Sebastianski, it was a good call. 30 seconds for the push. So Syracuse man down.
Georgetown is hit out of 1 of 2.
Just going to say they're 1 out of 2, and they've come in at about 33%. So they're at 50% now. This is their second opportunity. Third opportunity, I should say.
Long shot. Pfeiffer, another save. He has been so tough here in the second half. Or else this could really be ugly for Syracuse if Pfeiffer comes up with a ground ball. Vidoc back for Pfeiffer. For Lindsay across center line, splits the defense. Lindsay on the run. SU already has a man down goal. Penalty, though, is released this time. Powell can't control the pass, picks it back up. Back for Lindsay. This next goal for Syracuse would be huge. It would put some pressure on Georgetown and really make this a tight game again.
And once again, Syracuse playing a half-court game. Basically, they've had no opportunity to push the ball up and get unsettled or fast break situations. So there's a poor pass.
You can't bounce them on this turf. The ball's bouncing wacky. You see the thing?
Syracuse.
You see the way that thing bounced up?
Yeah. Mike Powell did not make a good pass there. It was on the ground and not able to handle it. As you said, this is not the Carrier Dome, and
it looked like he was trying to bounce the pass, right? Or do you think he just? I don't think Mike would short stick it like that and leave it short. I think he thought he could just bounce it right up to his stick, no problem, and the ball really took a weird hop.
Well, you can't, when you're down by 3 goals, you can't waste your possessions, and you have to take advantage of every possession, but especially when you're down by 3 goals and you have no momentum.
Every goal, every possession, so crucial in this game. Pfeiffer had the angle, the shot goes wide.
And they had Saul Bliss sliding over to give a little help in the cage on the offside to Pfeiffer. He's still there, you see him 33 right there? He's going to slide over, and if his man stays way out on goal line extended, he'll just stay there and slide over and help out. But depends on what happens now. His man has the ball, Hammer. He'll play him one up.
You know, Pfeiffer's had at least 3 big saves here in the second half.
Oh, there's a big, they had a good break there. They absolutely had a great break. Said Boynton, I think, was open.
They battle for the ball near the midfield line. Georgetown comes away with yet another ground ball. Neil Goldman has it.
You know, Mike Powell's locked his stick. It's on the ground, and now they get the stick back. That was interesting.
That was going on off camera on the midfield line.
Now, let me tell you something. You know what they just warned him? You can't throw the stick. They wanted to throw the stick to Mike Powell. You cannot throw the stick. You have to hand it to him.
High pass.
Oh,
long shot, and there's a goal. You're right, Dale. That was trouble. Neil Goldman gets the goal. It is 7-3 Georgetown, and that one maybe hurts a little more than any other goal this game for the Hoyas.
Well, it came off a turnover. If you looked at goals off of turnovers, that was a Syracuse turnover, and Goldman, number 16, he's going to get a crank shot, and they give him a lot of room. Right there, actually, he made a real nice placement.
Back after this.
Proper techniques to take care of your lawn and landscape, to seeing the latest that researchers and growers have to offer. And of course, I'm here every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. to answer all of your growing concerns. Just call 634-6450. Garden Journeys, live Wednesdays only on Time Warner 13.
Doug Wright, Dale Drypolcher back in Washington, D.C. Here's a look at that last Georgetown goal.
Long pass, Goldman just takes it left-handed, then turns around, gets enough room to take that high shot, and they have been shooting high, but you know what? Up until that point, Pfeiffer had been stopping them high. Defender on the play was Jake Plunkett, couldn't get on the stick, and we're back to where Syracuse has not had much success. As you look at Jake Pfeiffer, who's had a good game, as you said, he's kept them in with some point-blank saves, but they have not done much at the face-off circle. There's Bickle at the X. Now his wing's got to give him some help, too. It's not just Bickle.
You know, 2 of these 3 Syracuse goals came in the first quarter. It's been a long drought since. Corno wins another face-off so cleanly, it makes it look like it's easy.
And you know, Bickle's a guy who's coming in hitting 55% or 58% of his face-off. So it's not that Bickle's not a good face-off man, but this number 30 is really, Corno is just doing everything he needs. Short, strong, and able to control the ball and start the fast break.
Syracuse has yet to score here in the second half of play. Georgetown doesn't give up many goals in the second half. That shot misses, backed up by Georgetown.
That was Hodge on the shot.
And still more possession time for the Hoyas.
And the last time Syracuse had an opportunity, when they got a face-off, they threw the ball away and gave it back to Georgetown, and the result was that last goal we showed you. Nice, good shot and a very clean move by Pfeiffer to track that down.
I'm not sure he got a piece of it, but he had it tracked well.
He did have it tracked. Watch this. This is ball's cut across the page. Watch him move right there. See the stick? That was a great move.
He was on it. Georgetown, though, still has possession of the ball.
A lot of picking down in the crease now. They're doing a low crease pick and re-pick.
Vincenti, he's got a hard shot from out there. He has to give it up this time, though. Hammer, centers, point blank, and another goal. Goldman again. He scored 2 straight for Georgetown, and there is absolutely nothing Jay Pfeiffer could do about that one. He had a man right in front of him. He was dead to rights.
Well, they changed their strategy a little. They were shooting from outside with the midfielder, and now they work Goldman, the junior attack man, inside. Watch as Hammer feeds him. He's open, goes right, comes back left-handed, and bounce passes. Watch it. There's Hammer. Goldman, watch, see him change left hand. Great job, great athletic move, and you're going to get a third look. We show it to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Watch him come back left-handed, and man, that's what they've been seeing them like. And right now, Syracuse is going to get a break after Goldman, 2-1. Syracuse is going to get the face-off on a penalty, so the onslaught at the face-off X stops momentarily, and Syracuse gets a chance, an offensive chance, down by 5 with 8:13 left.
Georgetown seems to love the third quarter. They have outscored opponents by 21 goals in combined third quarters this year.
Springer's got 1 assist. I don't think he's got a look shot. 2 assists. We get a correction, 2 assists, but he has not had a good look at the goal.
Rommel out there for Syracuse. He works against the short stick. Rommel moves to his right, shoots and scores! Greg Rommel gets one back for Syracuse. The freshman, the hometown boy, gets one on the board. It's 8-4.
Greg Rommel out of Henniger High School, coached by Tom Acey, a guy who was heavily recruited last year, decided to stay home and play for Syracuse, and he plays not like a freshman, and he's going to say, you know what, you give me some room to move, and I'll take that right-hand shot. Greg Rommel is going to get another look here, as you're going to see it from a higher camera angle, guarded by Queener, and A good shot coming back against the right-handed goalie. There's Greg Rommel, 5'11", 195. Great quarterback on the season, 7 points, 6 goals, 1 assist.
Bickle went one way, Corno the ball went back the other on that face-off. I think Bickle thought he had it.
Well, they got Goldman at 5'8" out there, the guy who scored the goal. I just looked at him. He looks a lot shorter than 5'8" to me. Number 16. He's in the picture right now being guarded by DePietro.
He slipped under the radar screen a couple of times.
Yeah, there he is. Nice job of getting open on the crease the last time. So Syracuse down by 4 after Greg Rommel brought him back.
It's hard to put together a rally when you can't win the draws.
Oh, nice save.
Yes, Pfeiffer makes a big one right out in front. He comes up with a loose ball, too. Here's an outlet. They've been doing this well. Pfeiffer throws it ahead for Pusha. Pusha's on the run. Here come the Orange men. He throws it back across the field. And Syracuse will fast break. Yeah, Park had to spin away.
Boxed it up, got it in, so you got 10 seconds after you clear the midfield line to get it in your offensive. Oh, bad pass.
Banks tried to get it to Powell. Powell was heavily covered, and the ball's turned back over to Georgetown.
I can imagine how frustrating it's got to be.
Yeah, that swagger I was talking about in the first one. They had those couple of quick goals. They looked real confident. That's gone right now.
Well, Lindsay had that nice behind-the-back shot, but it's not been that way since.
There's some good hitting out in front, and Pfeiffer comes up with a ground ball. Saul Bliss just laid somebody out. Bryce Queener took the hit. Here comes Lindsay. Moves to his left.
Took one on the head there.
No flag. Lindsay still has the ball. He can make a pay by firing it in the cage, but instead he throws it back for Crockett.
Bad pass.
A little sloppy, a little lazy there, but Crockett gets it back. Rommel's out there with him. Crockett dashing toward the goal. Crockett moving to his right. He's got an opening. He shoots. He scores! Brian Crockett makes it 8-5.
Now this all came off a bad pass that looked like it was going to go the other way. But a terrific job of picking the ball up, and Crockett got open as they tried to close in and pick up the ground ball. Watch Georgetown as he splits 2 guys going down. Watch. Here he comes. Whoop. Split dodge. Go right-handed. Take that crank shot and goes back against DeAndrea. There he is. Split dodge. That's it. It doesn't get a better definition of a split dodge than that right there, and then does a terrific job of putting that ball in the cage.
Pickle fighting for the ball. They got a push on that. Yes, they do. Syracuse will get one off the face-off. Let's see if the Orange Men can bring this within 2. SU has scored 2 straight goals.
Those passes are just, you know what, there's not enough zip on some of them. They are anticipating the passes on Syracuse, and they're getting their stick in them.
You think they're thinking too much about them?
Well, I don't know if
making sure they get them on the mark.
Yeah, you got to zip that ball sometimes. Sometimes you can throw that little lazy pass. Sometimes you got to zip it.
Here's Springer.
Inside roll.
He loves that move, and he scores! Springer muscling his way out in front. He loves that move. He takes the jump shot and brings Syracuse within 2.
He's on Gresham. Gresham's 6. He's 6'4". When he shoots, he's 6'8". Watch. 6 foot, 6'4". 6'4" now goes 6'8". Shot. Good. Another look at it. Gresham. Defense. Roll. Jump. Jump shot. Good. Syracuse down by 2.
Back to the face-off X. That's what can set up the rally for you. Let's see Bickle go to work.
Just going to say that was the first really good look he's had to take that shot. There's the 11-5 face-off discrepancy.
And a procedure call. Syracuse will get the ball back.
See how much these face-offs count?
Oh,
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Huge.
Yeah, in this particular game, this has been huge.
Here's Jared Park on the run. Bad pass. Taken away. Pat Collins on the run. Syracuse with 3 goals here in the 3rd.
I'd certainly look for Goldman. He's behind with the ball.
We got ourselves a game all of a sudden, Dale.
Wow, yeah, we do.
Syracuse with 3 straight goals, cutting this down to 2. Hodge out top.
He's going.
On him.
Nice
Shoots.
check.
Yes, it was deflected. Pfeiffer has it, running for his life. Behind the back pass for DePietro. Oh, the hit early.
There it comes.
The flag.
There it goes.
Walther got belted. Andrew Brazil laid him out before the ball got there.
This is a very physical team. That was just a bit early. You can't hit them like that.
Nope.
And that will cost the Hoyas. That should be a minute. I'm assuming they're giving more to the push, I hope. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, no. They gave him a push. Okay. That should have been a bad illegal check from behind. Should have been a minute.
They're going to give him a minute anyway, I think. No, 30. 30.
Okay.
Still a man up. Syracuse will still have possession of the ball on the Georgetown end.
I could have been wrong on that, but I don't think so.
Dale Drypolter wrong?
It's happened, but not lately.
I bet your wife
not on that call anyway.
Springer throws it across long. Crichton, another goal! It's a one-goal game. 8-7 on a man-up goal.
I got to tell you, DeAndrea's got to be saying, you know, I'm not really sure exactly what's happening now as I've...
that was Alex Zink on the goal.
Yeah, he's the man-up guy over here with the left-handed shot, and this man, it started out low. That's a quail ball. They start out low and come up high. Watch this. Really goes whoop right up high as he beats DeAndrea. DeAndrea's confidence has got to be a little shaken. They've been putting the rubber on him, and they've been hitting the twine too, so it's 7-8.
Back to the face-off X. This has been a big key, Dale.
Yeah, they got new face-off man out there, Syracuse. That's a Plunkett, yeah.
Calling a hold against Syracuse, so the Orange fans, well, they're not pleased. Let's put it that way.
No.
Neither's John Desko.
Nope. But they're going with Plunkett out there, and he's a little bit bigger, 6'1", 90. Well, not bigger, but he's a little different look, I should say.
Well, it works. Worked on that one anyway. Nice check from behind. Ball's down. Piper has it. What a game he's played. And how tough is he on these outlet passes? He finds Jared Park. Look at Park fly all the way down to the penalty area. He shoots right on. Ball's down right out in front.
This is a lacrosse game. Look at all the bodies on the ground.
Hoyas have it.
Oh, nice check by Mike Powell.
He came from behind to knock it away. The ball's down. Georgetown has it back.
Wow, what action.
Getting crazy.
Yeah, that's what lacrosse is all about. Bodies on the ground and running up and down the field. A lot of time left in this one.
Mike Hammer. Centers, back outside it goes.
Syracuse, Saul Bliss, they're not sure who's supposed to pick up whom there, and they're just trying to, Saul Bliss is now talking. They were a little bit confused. Now they number up.
Georgetown taking a breath, as we all are here. Actually getting furious for a moment.
Well, you know, for a while there was like DeAndrea had a, you know, they just didn't get any shots. They were getting the face-offs. Syracuse now getting the push-up, the fast break, the unsettled situation, and even out of the settled situation, they got some good looks at the goal.
Mike Powell out there on defense. Look at him go to work.
He's tough. He's tough.
He's playing midfield right now, and he is very tough.
He's a good defender. Very good defender.
Georgetown still in possession of the ball. Jordan Vetteretti. They go behind. Bliss on the fence right there, checking Mike Hammer. Hammer's trying to duck under Bliss, can't do it. Here's a shot. Piper, another save. Jay Piper standing on his head in there. Ball's down. Foul after it. Mikey scoops it with one hand. Powell's on the run. Leaves it off for Brian Crockett.
Now they're getting the big stick out of there. Syracuse had their big stick in there.
Crockett angles right, throws in front. Yes! And they tie the game! Liam Banks ties it at 8. SU has scored 5 straight third period goals, and it's 8-8.
Looked like a tweener right between his legs as Liam Banks hanging on the crease, doing what he's done for so many years. A little slow starting today, but Liam Banks coming on strong at the end of the season, and we'll see exactly where he puts this as they come down. And Crockett looking for help. There it goes, right between the legs. Number 3, Liam Banks. And you know what? We liked it so much, we're going to show you again. Right there. Great camera work. Terrific job, folks. Face-offs.
Down to the X. I'm trying to see who's out there for Syracuse. Plunkett
loses
it this time. Corno lost it momentarily for Georgetown. He's going to give it up and get off the field. He's one of those BOGO guys. Or FOGO.
FOGO?
Face off, get off. Not buy one, get one.
Buy one, get one free.
Georgetown with possession of the ball. The game's tied 8-8.
And well, momentum obviously has swung towards Syracuse, but you know what? This Georgetown offense has been very, very tough, and Pfeiffer has been equal to the task. He's had a great game.
He has been outstanding here in the second half. Vincenti, long shot. Pfeiffer plucks that one out of the air. Oh, he had it stolen in front. Oh, and the shot goes over the top. Waleed Hodge just flat blew it.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Whew. Waleed Hodge put that over the top of the cage. Syracuse player was closest to it when it went out of bounds, and they will retain possession, and they're going to clear it.
Jared Park brings it across. Syracuse has scored 5 straight goals, and they have scored enough to get this game all tied up. Lindsey getting a step.
Double, triple.
Down he goes. How's he holding on to the ball? Lindsey shoots right on. DeAndrea makes the save. How in the world did he keep the ball in his stick?
I'm telling you, what a great game this is. I mean, the whole game of lacrosse, especially this game. This is so much action, so much going on. It's very impressive. Let's take a look at we'll call it the save here as Lindsey, we don't know how he got that ball in there, popped up, and I think it went off the goalie into the pipe, and then was the high fly out to left field.
Back live, Crockett angles left.
Oh, that's
he gets
push.
Knocked down. Here
that's
goes the flag. Sure it is. There's the flag.
Well, all the players now have been talking to the officials. It started out with just Syracuse talking to them, the kids. Now the Hoyas are talking to them. Yeah, that's a push. There's no doubt about it. Put it in the dictionary right next to push, and you can put that in as a picture.
Oh, they called it.
Yeah.
30 seconds on the clock. P.J. Poliso in the penalty box. Mike Powell's going to start it up for Syracuse. About a 2-second differential between the man-up time and the time left here in the third. Knee fires, bounces it in! Brian Knee, the left-hand cranker from the far side. Syracuse has a 1-goal lead.
I think they solved the turf problem.
And how?
Yeah, about 90 miles an hour right at the cage, and that just pops up over DeAndrea. Watch again. This man up. How many times? The most important thing when they take those crank shots, get your hips into it. If you get your hips into it like that, you're really going to get a hard shot, and DeAndrea has not touched the last 3 or 4 goals.
Off the draw. Plunkett has it momentarily. Kicked free, and they're still scrapping and fighting for that ball down there. Park looking for it. Jared, he's got to get it. SU up 1 with the ball. Oh, they got a chance here. Shot out in front. Oh, but Powell is knocked down. Liam Banks should have shot it himself, I think, Dale. Maybe one too many passes right there.
Too many passes. Let's see. They're going to try to. No, that's going to end the third quarter.
Wow, what a third quarter it was for the Syracuse Orange men. They scored 6 times in the third, 6 times consecutively to take a 1-goal lead after 3. We've got 15 minutes of lacrosse still ahead. Syracuse leads Georgetown 9-8. We'll be back after this.
Syracuse set the field.
Way in for a 15-15 tie with 1 minute left, but it was Virginia's John Christmas who would find a rope in the final seconds. Virginia would snap an 11-game dome streak for the Orange. Next, it was rival Johns Hopkins. Big Saul Bliss blocks the tying goal and sends Hopkins home with its only loss on the year. And of course, the final SU push against Princeton. We're down to 12. Boyle throws it behind the cage. Pfeiffer breaks it up. Syracuse has the ball with 8 seconds. Oh, they have to hurry. Orangemen on the run with 5. 4 seconds. 3. Pass out in front of the goal. Springer. Oh! The rebound is in, but does it count? The officials say the time has expired. It's no. was that close. We are back live in Washington, D.C., and we may have another finish just like that, Dale. Syracuse leading 9-8. Off the draw.
Plunkett out there on the faceoff. Oh, nice play.
Yes, Jared Park knocked it away. Plunkett comes up. He's double-teamed, though. He's triple-teamed. Ball comes free back to Pfeiffer. He's only one back.
Failure to advance here if he doesn't get it out of there pretty soon. Now they saw Bliss going to get clobbered.
That's just that. Bliss spins away. A little underhand flip broken up, though, by the Hoyas.
He's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Syracuse will get the ball back. Mike Zuckerman couldn't stay in. Syracuse has it, leading by 1.
These two teams putting the body back in body contact. I'll tell you that. This has been a tough game. Syracuse is in no man's land now, right? They don't have to. They've got it out of their offensive zone, so they're just gonna. Now it's gonna go back, and they'll get. There they go.
Bliss throws it all the way across the field, and the Orange men get it across.
Boxes up.
Lindsay running. Looking for that left-handed crank he has, but he decides to hold up.
He's got a little brace on the right knee there.
Yeah.
A bit of a support.
He gets it on a return pass from Crockett. Here's Lindsay running to his right, circling back to his left where he prefer to shoot it from if he can. But he's bottled up well. Good job by Georgetown. Zuckerman on defense that time. Now here's Rommel, the freshman who has a goal in this game, dancing back and forth. Rommel to his left. Goes behind the cage. Liam Banks with it back there. Banks trying to work out in front. Banks still with the ball. And he goes back out high for Lindsay. Syracuse showing some patience. Lindsay working, moving, shooting, bouncer right on. DeAndre got a piece of that one, and he's suddenly looking a little shaky here. I'm not sure he tracked that one all the way, but he did get a piece. Here's Powell.
Boy, they're after him early.
Double team, the shot.
Yes!
And the goal. It's Rommel from Powell.
By number 9, Greg Rommel.
And can you believe it? SU leads by 2.
It's a great case of they're going to double me. I told you when he comes out, he's got double me. Please double team me written on his helmet. And what he does is he gives it up to Rommel. Watch the slide come. Slide. Somebody's open. He waits to the last possible minute. Rommel clears the slide man and he puts it down low, bounces it up high. Great job by Mike Powell. Wait and see how long he waited. That was just a perfect pass and a great finish by Greg Rommel.
Syracuse has scored 7 second-half goals against Georgetown. I'm going to tell you in a minute how amazing that is as Piper comes away with the ball off the draw.
Oh,
long lead pass is too far, and Georgetown gets it back. Georgetown with an unsettled opportunity here if they want it.
I think they're gonna wait until they get their people and they get the big stick down there off. They got a short stick midi there and the face-off man and a long stick, so they're going to get Hodge in.
Talking about that Georgetown defense, in 9 of Georgetown's 10 wins this year, the Hoyas' opponent has scored 3 goals or less in the second half. 3 or less. Syracuse has 7 in this half. It's amazing. Look at the score by quarter. Syracuse was 6 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Georgetown trying to come back, and Pfeiffer has been amazing for Syracuse. Stolen back right away. Vincenti took it away. Jay Pfeiffer, he has been the wall in there this game.
Yes, he has. He just stole one.
And he stole it away again. This is probably the best game I've ever seen him play.
Oh, he's
still running with the ball. What hasn't he done in this game? Pfeiffer is double team and he gets it off. Here's an unsettled chance for Syracuse. Park throws it across. Quick pass for Powell.
Yes!
And he scores again! It is 11-8.
Syracuse goal scored by number 20.
The wheels fell off the wagon here momentarily for Georgetown in the third quarter. This is Mike Powell gets his first goal. This was all started by the goalie, by the way. You're going to look at Jared Park get it down to the pass, cross-cage pass, and Mike Powell, perfect shot. Just a nice bing, bang, boom. Syracuse, that's their first between the legs.
Syracuse, number 17.
DeAndrea, Mike Powell, 1-1.
Number 30, and
204 total points in his career, moving up to number 13 on the career list at Syracuse. With that one. SU leads by 3. They have scored 8 straight goals. Look out, Lacrosse world. The Orange men are back. But this one's not over yet. La Jolla still has some life.
Oh yeah, this is they will not give up. Believe me, there's a lot of time left. The thing is, they just got the face-off again. One of the things they've been doing, Syracuse contested it. They didn't get a fast break. Bontatis did a nice job on the wing of stopping it. Almost got the ball back. Almost doesn't count. Right now, they got to play good defense. Oh, bad pass by the Hoyas. Yeah.
This Georgetown defense allows less than 7 goals in a game. And Syracuse has already scored 8 in this half. And we have 11:15 to go in the fourth. It's incredible. Pusha trying to get the job done defensively. The shot goes wide.
Syracuse is seeming to clamp down. They're playing much more aggressively defensively in this second half, obviously in the third and fourth quarter, than they did in the first half. They looked a little confused. They're playing with a lot more intensity, and they're picking up people further out. You see where they're picking up the players?
Yep.
They were picking them back up in and giving them wide shots and midfield shots from like the restraining line. Right now, they're playing good defense. That's
might be Syracuse ball. Close. No one back there for Georgetown to back it up initially.
I don't think Pfeiffer didn't feel comfortable going to the line. He didn't know who had him back and whether there was anybody there. So they're going to have to play defense again. Nice check.
Bontatis took it away. Lykoudis overran it. He tries to dive back. Knocks it away for a second. Georgetown players down. And now comes in pretty late.
Yeah. You know what they're going to call? They're going to call that he hit him on the ground. He was playing the ball on the ground. There's the watch. Now he's on the ground. Now he gets hit right there. Now he's going to say you can't hit while they're on the ground, but he was playing on his knees. So that will be 1 minute for Syracuse going to have to play.
Great job by our crew, by the way. You could actually hear the conversation between Bontatis and the official. At least I could.
Yeah.
Can't hit him on the ground, he said. So Georgetown with a full minute man up, trying to cut into this Syracuse lead. The Orangemen cannot rest on their laurels. Too much time to go.
Now they ran it behind and they cut down both midfielders. Now they set it up again. Oh, skip pass down the middle.
Nice passing, but Piper makes another save. Fly comes in.
They're going to be 2 men down. They're going to be down again, so it'll be 2 men. This is going to be really tough. Watch, they skipped a shot, and then here's the pipe. Watch, right here, they skipped the pass over, and then the pipe hit, and then you see the stick bounced off the helmet. So Syracuse 2 men down for, and I don't know how much time is left in the, 36 in one penalty, 35 now. So they're going to be 2 men down for at least 30 more seconds.
Let's see what Piper can do with this. Oh, that's a break. Ball is dropped by Trevor Walker. Thought he had it, didn't have it. Sebastianski chasing after the ball. We have a whistle and an offside against Syracuse. Yep.
Offside Syracuse.
Well, they're 2 men down. I knew when he went over, there was nobody could be back because they got nobody. They got 2 guys sitting in the box. So, but it took some time off the clock.
Well, 15 seconds left in one of the 2 penalties. The time you see is in the second penalty. The time you see on your screen in the red numerals. Hoyas working it around. Long shot over the top. Backed up by the Hoyas. 3 seconds. 3 seconds on the first one, 27 on the second.
Yep. Well, you can only do it 1 at a time.
First one is released. Walther hustling out there as fast as he can. There's the shot deflected. Pfeiffer.
Oh, there's interference. That should be a penalty.
Yeah, here comes the whistle. Interference to call, but Syracuse will have the ball back. Still down a man.
Yeah, you can't interfere with the goalies in there. Watch that save. Tracked it right down. Now watch, ball's up in the air. He's in that cylinder, and he hit him in there. And then he took a dive. Vetterani took a dive. Syracuse gets a free clear.
And Powell is out there, and this should take the rest of the time off the clock. How big is that? Killing off a double man down.
Yeah, and they were 2 men down for 35 seconds.
Pfeiffer came up with a big save, and then there was that one dropsy from Trevor Walker.
See him go out and then come back in the box.
We're at even strength.
Perfect.
Rommel back out there. We're at even strength. Lindsay thought about taking the shot, slips down, gets back up. This turf isn't getting any better as this game wears on. Banks goes behind. That's Crockett going one-on-one from behind the cage. Crockett loses his man, almost loses his footing too.
Good defense though. He pushed him out. He kept him out. Nice job defensively by Georgetown's Palissa.
Rommel has it.
Greg. Great audio. You're getting great audio today, folks. I'll tell you that. You can hear everything.
We're awfully close to the field here, much closer than we are at the Carrier Dome. All the fans are very close to the field, too. It's a great, intimate setting for lacrosse. Crockett shoots right on. DeAndrea makes the save.
Right? Oh, they're having a little trouble handling the ball here. Here's a push.
Georgetown ball.
Georgetown's going to get the ball back.
he complained that he's short and he's tall. No wonder I pushed him.
Down under 8 to go in regulation time. Syracuse holding on to that 3-goal lead. Georgetown needs to get the next one to tighten this up again. Syracuse, if you're just joining us, trailed this game 8-3 in the second half.
I hope you didn't turn us off then. Right?
Yeah, no channel surfing. The Hoyas are not done yet, but this is a Georgetown team that's playing its 5th game in 14 days. It could be a little tired. Hodge works his way free. Gets knocked down after giving up the pass.
They're trying to shoot.
Walker shoots too high. Backed up by the Hoyas.
They did a nice job of shutting down the passing lanes and the scoring lanes. And Sebastiansky's in there, Push's in there. They've done a nice job playing defensive midfield. That defensive midfield doing a good job.
We are live at Harbin Field on the campus of Georgetown University in our nation's capital. Syracuse with a 3-goal lead over Georgetown in the regular season finale. There's a wild pass. Hodge able to get it. Very important possession here for the Hoyas. They go out high for Walker. Works against Park. Gets the double. Quick pass and a goal. Nice passing. Neil Goldman gets it. And it's a 2-goal game once again. The little guy finding his way free right out in front.
He's had a good game for the Hoyas, and he, as I said before, he's not tall, and he found his way right into the crease, quick sticked it into the goal, and Syracuse only up by 2.
We'll take a break and come back after this.
Number 16.
Runner high-speed online.
In D.C., this is Georgetown's goal to get within 2.
Watch Goldman get loose, 16. The little guy right there, you'll see him.
Number 8, Jake Plunkett.
There it was, just cut down.
Andy Corno.
Neil Goldman, 3-1 today. He's had a great game.
We're back to the all-important face-off X, one big factor.
Boy, that's right. This is very important.
It's one big factor in the Syracuse comeback. They started winning face-offs. Jake Plunkett went out there. He's out there now.
Face-offs 15-8 now, so Syracuse getting beat in that department, but they made a big comeback.
Andy Corno just plucked that one clean, too. He seems like he's got his game together again in the face-off X. Corno is coming up strong here when his team needs him. Wins another big one.
Better keep an eye on Goldman.
Time starting to become a factor as we approach 6 minutes to go in regulation time. Syracuse leading Georgetown by 2. And how huge were some of the saves Pfeiffer made early here in the second half to keep Syracuse relatively close before they finally got the offense together. I mean, the Hoyas could have blown the Orangemen right out of here. I mean, they were up 5 as it was.
Off-ball movement is good for Georgetown. I mean, when you don't have the ball, you're moving at Georgetown. You're looking for something, make something happen. They've just done a tremendous job with that.
Melissa's done quite a job on Mike Hammer in this game. Guarding him there. Pass across. A shot, and Piper makes another save.
Now, they got to make sure they get this ball up and clear it. And they do, as the Park gets it.
That ball has got to look like a beach ball to Jay Pfeiffer in this game. The way he's stopping, he's seeing everything.
Now, Syracuse got to take advantage of this. Don't force it.
Park gets it away. Powell looked to let one fire. Fakes the pass for Mike Smith and leaves it for Mike Springer near side.
And Springer is carrying the ball. See if he gets a jump shot here.
Banks tries a screen for him.
Ooh.
And Springer actually took a look at the official after getting hit.
Yeah.
Could have been a slash right there.
I'll tell you what, they're letting them play. They've let them play, and that's the way they're calling the game, so get used to it.
It's been consistent.
Yes, it has been.
Mike Kudis tries to feed
That's the pass. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the lazy pass. They've had about 4 of those, and boy, you can't do that.
4:44 to go. Syracuse still in possession of the ball, leading by 2.
It's a great statistic here. It shows you the midfield for both teams carrying the day a little bit.
Mike Kudis throws behind. That was a dangerous pass. Quick one out in front. Powell behind the head. He scores! Michael Powell. That's the second time the Orangemen have scored on the razzle-dazzle. They're up by 3.
Yeah, they got DeAndre talking a little bit to himself now, and that's important if you're SU because you want to get another opportunity. You want him thinking, what am I going to do? And I think Georgetown is going to take a timeout to talk about this. Ball was down and got it off looking for Mike Powell, and Powell says, I'll take it behind the back. You know what? That looks easy. That's difficult to do.
Looks easy to who?
Well,
it looks pretty tough to me.
Springer's going to get an assist on that. Great look at the goal as Mike Powell behind the backs it past DeAndrea.
I sure as heck couldn't do that.
Well, come on now. I bet you could if you tried.
From Indiana.
All right, so we go back to the face-off X, but Syracuse is going back with a 3-goal lead for a change. Getting a little break here, a little sun out here, so they're getting some hydration.
You know, we talked about how great Georgetown's defense is.
Yeah.
This is the all-time top 5 defenses for Georgetown in goals allowed. And you see the one at the top is this year's team, allowing just 6.67 goals per game coming into this one.
Right.
Now, you know, hey, after you add in the 12 by Syracuse, maybe that number climbs up above 7, but still.
It's still very impressive. This is a very good team. Syracuse has done the spurt thing, which before they couldn't do, and they've really been able to turn those spurts into goals. And Mike Springer got 5 assists. He's got 6 points. And Springer, you know what? The jump shot was great. And of course, Kyle Sweeney is out for the Georgetown, but you know what? We're saying it's a push because Vallone's out for Syracuse. So it's interesting. We're going to take a look at Springer. This is going to be his 5th assist as he fed the ball to Mike Powell. And that would be the prettiest shot of the day.
But Georgetown is missing Sweeney, who is an All-American defender.
Right.
That could be a factor into how Syracuse has put up 12 goals. Sweeney is also the all-time leading ground ball getter in history at Georgetown. He broke his ankle and he's gone.
Yep. Well, I'm not diminishing the importance of him, but on the other hand, Syracuse losing a starting midfielder, so it's kind of a wash.
The face-off next sure hasn't been a wash. Borno wins another one.
Now, what they've got to do, they got a big stick here. They ought to just get on him. What they got to do is they can't give up any quick goals. They're going to have to make Georgetown play a very deliberate game. Don't give up any easy goals.
Double team. Hammer is just that. Somehow gets the pass off of the goal.
I jinxed him.
Jordan Betteretti. Credit the assist to number 12.
Georgetown pulls back within 2. Great job.
Goldman again.
Hammer held on to the ball, passed it off, and Georgetown has made it 12-10. Back live in D.C. after this.
Graduating class, live on Sunday, May 11th.
In Washington, D.C., as we look at Jordan Betteretti coming out. 2 goals and 1 assist for Georgetown.
And watch him get the ball. Hammer gets the ball off to Goldman. Well, he's a tough little guy, and he's got a great shot. And you just see the tail end of it here as he picks up the ground ball feed from number 12. And right now they're back at the face-off circle, and you know what? It's 17-8 in the face-off department, and Georgetown is on top. Syracuse scrambled back from only getting 2. But you know what? They're more important as the clock winds down. So let's see if Syracuse, who they got on the wings. They got a couple guys on the wings. They got Jared Park on the wing closest to us, and probably Bontatus on the other side.
Plunkett's out there to take it again. He's replaced Bickle. Did a great job for a little while, but Corno has just owned him since, and he wins another one. Boy, he's good. He's got the perfect body for it, too. He's down to the ground, little fire plug of a guy, and he gets it across the midfield line.
I saw him working out yesterday when we were here, and he just very smooth. And the second face-off guy was very good. He was getting killed by him, too. There's Goldman. Boy, don't make a mistake on Goldman.
It's a 2-goal game as we approach 3.5 to go in regulation. Syracuse trailed at one time 8-3. The Orange took an 11-8 lead after scoring 8 straight, but Georgetown is refusing to die. Walker shoots. Pfeiffer makes another one. Outlet for Walther. Can't control it. Finally.
Oh, that's a flag.
My goodness, isn't it? It's not one flag, it's two.
That was a mistake.
All over the place.
That was a big mistake. Not only did you push him, he had the ball, and he's going to get a 30-second penalty on that. So that's a big one. Watch Pfeiffer. He's going to come down and make a track on this ball and just bang. Watch, up in the air. Oh, I got the rebound, and I just said somebody's out there. Walther should be there. Walther caught the ball and then was clobbered from behind. Pfeiffer, 17 today, 11 on the season in the save department. He's just done a great job, and the Hammer's going to sit for a minute.
Just like a big center in basketball, grabbing that rebound, throwing the outlet pass, and starting the fast break. Pfeiffer's been great at that. As we look at Dave Urich.
Very nice guy, personable guy, an upstate New York guy from Hobart and Geneva, and coached there for many years. It's Hammer's not in there. We're going to make
Phil Vincenti.
Yeah, Vincenti's the guy who did that.
32nd man up for the Orange. Syracuse leads by 2. 3 minutes to go. Regulation time. Long shot right on.
Good save.
DeAndrea stops it.
Good
long
grab.
pass is successful. Penalty time about to be released. Georgetown has the ball on the Syracuse end. Timeout taken by the Hoyas.
Okay, 2:44 left. Syracuse, I would have taken that shot. I wouldn't have taken that shot. I would have taken a little more time on that. But you know what? I'm not down there. I'm up here.
Back to Georgetown for the conclusion after this.
Photos with some Photoshop tips and tricks. We'll have all that and answer your PC calls and questions live on the show. Tune in to Point and Click, the computer show, this Tuesday night at 7 p.m.
Beautiful day for lacrosse in Washington, D.C. We're at Harbin Field live for you on Time Warner 13, so glad you're with us. Jay Pfeiffer has been the wall. Big reason why Syracuse leads by 2.
Now everybody, if you're a Syracuse fan, you're a fan of the clock.
I think the clock is slow, SU fans would be saying right about now. 2:30 to go. Bliss on defense. Bottling up Mike Hammer. What a job he's done on Hammer all day. And Hammer shoots it. Pfeiffer makes another save.
We got to clear this ball.
It's going to be tough. Park ducks under the check. Jared Park, Gumby-like, somehow getting that body going.
Get behind you.
No, as if he can hear you up here.
Holy moly, yeah, I know.
Down he goes. Timeout call.
You know who saw him? He saw him coming. John Desko called a timeout. That was a propitious timeout.
I don't know if the color commentator's allowed to warn the players like that. I don't know if that's in the rules. 2:12 to go. 2:12 to go in regulation. SU by 2. And I can't blame you. This has been so exciting. Career points. We're looking at the statistics right here for Syracuse. Everybody knows the well-documented story. Ryan Powell and Casey Powell each finishing their careers at 287. O'Hara and Nelson, the Tims there, 3 and 4. In this game, Powell has moved up to 13th on that list. The other Powell, Michael Powell. But it's been just a great tradition of lacrosse at Syracuse University. 20 consecutive Final Fours. It's going to be put to the test this year.
B.J. O'Hara there in the sunglasses, Kevin Donahue, and John Desko, of course, in the middle of the brain trust for Syracuse. B.J. O'Hara, longtime coach at Hobart, and of course, Kevin Donahue, a Syracuse alum and a longtime Syracuse coach. So they are all talking to their constituents there, making sure everybody knows what's going on. We got 2:12 left. Let's not take a bad shot. If we get a good shot, take it. But you know what? Let's take some time off the clock.
2:12 to go. Hey, there's Mets baseball tonight on Time Warner 13. The Mets and the Milwaukee Brewers tonight, 7 o'clock live. Mets baseball for you on Time Warner 13. One of the 50 games we'll broadcast of New York Mets baseball, or at least cable casts, on Time Warner 13. The Mets and Brewers tonight. You can catch it live at 7 o'clock. Hoya fan looking a little pensive right now. Her team down by 2 in the final 2 minutes. Powell has the ball stolen away. Banks trying to get it back for Syracuse, and that's a costly turnover. Georgetown still has a chance, especially the way the Hoyas win their face-offs. They can get one. You have to figure they have a chance for another.
Another timeout.
Another timeout.
These guys are of the opinion if you got them, use them. And Mike Powell got stripped. That was, I think, over the head there by Brody Merrill for the Hoyas. Got the ball back, so don't go away. We got a lot of lacrosse left.
Back after this. Fans who have made the trip out here to the Georgetown campus have seen one whale of a lacrosse game. But it seems like it's that way every time we see a Syracuse lacrosse game.
That's right. None of them have been easy.
No, none of them have been boring either. All right, here we go. About 1:45 to go. Georgetown with the ball down by 2. Vincenti
nice.
has it go wide.
They had Hammer there to screen. It was a low shot, and Hammer jumped up at the last minute, thought they could sneak it by. Syracuse has to clamp down now defensively. Don't let anybody run free.
Don't be deceived by the 2-goal lead because Georgetown can get the ball right back after that first goal, the way they've been dominating in the X.
That's right. They've doubled the number of face-offs Syracuse has got.
Here's Trevor.
Oh, nice
knocked
job.
away. Walther took it away. Scooped up by the Orange men. Across the midfield line.
Yeah, they
called time. DePietro had the ball with a long stick. You got to call timeout.
Yep.
Make sure you keep possession. Heads up play by John Desko and the SU coaching staff.
You don't have to worry about it anymore. Nobody's got any timeouts left. That's it. Finito.
But that one was very well timed. 1:15 to go. Syracuse leads Georgetown 12-10. Georgetown number 5 in the country coming in. Syracuse number 10. Tomorrow is Selection Sunday. A win would look pretty nice, wouldn't it?
Well, you know, as the coaches said, if we didn't have a win, it could be a long 24 hours, and nobody, knows what would happen. But Coach Desko on the committee, he would have to leave the room, I think, when they wanted to talk about Syracuse. But there's John right there. Very loose today, by the way, when he came out down in the field. Yeah, very loose. Very not that he isn't normally, but kind of very, very friendly guy. Both of these coaching sets have been very nice to us while we've been here.
You see on your screen the shot category, Georgetown out shooting Syracuse by 13. That's kind of been the norm for the Hoyas this year. They usually do outshoot the opponent.
Want to remind you, by the way, as we take another quick look at the poll there's Georgetown at number 5.
A lot more parity in collegiate lacrosse this year than in past years, I think. I think the tournament's going to be wide open.
NCAA's got to love that because Syracuse down at 10 for a change. Usually it's the same 4 guys in the top all the time. Right now, Princeton's out of the top 5, Syracuse also. So a little bit of a change this year, very interesting. But remind you, Syracuse has to keep the ball in the box. Now, it's under 2 minutes, obviously, so they have to keep it in there. If they step out, they're going to lose possession. And John Desko giving some last-minute instructions. You get some nice close-up shots of Syracuse players as Mike Powell gets in. Now they have to keep it in the box.
He's the guy you want with the ball. He can handle it just about as well as anybody in the nation, if not better than anybody in the nation.
Now they're going to double him.
Double team comes. He splits right through it. Back for Lindsay. Down to 1 minute to go.
Guy can't go over that line. If he goes over that line, they lose the ball.
Lindsay gives it up. Springer.
Goalie's going to come out here in a minute.
Crockett has it knocked away. Georgetown has its opportunity. 40 seconds to go.
What you don't want to do is give him a man-up situation. Oh, he's going to tell him. He passed it.
Brazil goes behind with it. Gets a return pass. I'm not sure why they were throwing it to the long stick. The ball gets away. Ball's down. Whistle, a hold against Syracuse. Georgetown will keep the ball. 28.6 to go. Georgetown puts it back in play.
They'll swim
Bliss
move.
on the fence.
Unsettled.
Knocks down his man. That's Hodge with it. Winding, firing, missed the cage.
12.7.
Hodge, the guy who was denied by Pfeiffer at the end of last year's game, had a shot there. Final seconds counting down. Pass out in front. Pfeiffer knocks the ball away. High in the air. 3, 2, 1. It is over. The Syracuse Orange men come roaring from behind and win the season finale 12-10.
Syracuse 12.
That was hotly contested. Very exciting at the end. Nobody wanted to lose this one, but somebody had to.
A flag has just come in as there were some pushing and shoving and words. John Desko out there, happy with the win, but not at all happy with some of the pushing and shoving afterwards. But Syracuse gets a sweet victory. 12-10 our final score. We'll be back to Washington, D.C. right after this.
Syracuse set the